Boom, 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 crash. That's the sound. That's the sound that video makes, I think. I can't hear it on my end, so it just goes through the system, and I can't hear it. I presume you can hear it. I presume the sound at the end is boom. Good explosion noise. We've got Dev Pods GG in the chat, struggling with some Slack or not Slack. I'm thinking about what I was just doing. Was looking at Slack for work. Uh, Doing some logging in to Twitch. We're off to a great start today. Hey, it's Wednesday. We're off to a great start. My brain is super duper working, and it's going to be smooth today. My name is Nick McConnell. This is Instruction Derby, a weekly video game manual reading show where we read manuals from video games on a weekly basis. So we're here today. We got three of them. Jules VZ is here. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Good to see you here in the chat. Hope everybody is making it through the two-factor authentications that they need to make it through and all the other things that need to happen. I've got a very bright light on me from the outside. I've got a window out there, and it is creating a lot of light on my face. So it's very bright. And I'll tell you what, right now, um, the makeup that I put on for the show is just not doing it. It's too shiny, so I got to put on more makeup. I gotta really pancake this stuff on. Um, I've got dry lips. I've got the whole thing. But anyway, listen, it's Instruction Derby, and we do this every week. And I am so thrilled to announce that I feel like I'm like starting a bit. This is not a bit. I'm excited about this. You might see up here in the corner, there's a little thing called the Soundstone Network. And I am so happy to say that I have joined the good folks at the Soundstone Podcast Network as one of their shows. So we'll do this. It doesn't change anything. I think it just means that I get to be involved in some very cool things from some very cool people. We got Pixels and Polygons. We got Kirby Conversations. We got Flashback 64. Flashback 64, you may know, the official podcast of Blue Sky. And so I'm just a part of that now. And so thank you to Soundstone for having me. Thank you to Andrew Elmore for allowing me to use music from Wavebeam, one of his albums. You can go find that music over at satellitesound.net, and you can go to Soundstone. Let me actually take a look at what the Soundstone website is, soundstone.network, and go look at all these cool podcasts and shows. That's pretty neat. So yeah, just wanted to share that. This is exciting. Woo! Round of applause. And to celebrate, not only am I having a Spindrift, the official drink of Instruction Derby and the Soundstone Podcast Network. I hope that that's okay to say. Haven't run that by too many people, but you just know it's true. We're gonna celebrate. That was kind of cool. Can we do that again? To your health. The clouds covered the sun, and I feel so much better already. This is a video game podcast. We don't like video game TV show. We don't like the sun over here. Here we go. Let's get some ASMR. I don't know if that works. I'm shifting over to a Spindrift theme ASMR show exclusively. Thank you. So cheers to the Soundstone folks. Darren Hupke of the Soundstone Network of Pixels and Polygons is in here. Welcome. Here. You are. That's right. And we got some manuals to read today. Before I start, I'll just say this, sending love and good thoughts out to, and just so much gratitude and appreciation, and I'm in awe of the stuff that the folks in Minnesota have been doing. Minneapolis, true, genuine bravery in the face of just absolutely terrible things, right? Run by terrible people, trying to make things impossible for everybody, and doing so, making things really bad. I don't want to undermine that, but the stuff, seeing these folks out there in the streets, fighting back with the whistles, getting in the faces of these ICE agents, these Border Patrol agents, is incredible. And I'm just in awe. So thank you to those folks, and man, holy smokes, is it a big deal? So I just wanted to say that. I also want to say I won't dwell on it. This will be a video game manual podcast, but I just also want to say I wanted to thank everybody who's been around in the past couple of weeks after my dad passed away. I really appreciate the support. Was here last week, and I appreciate everyone kind of humoring me, letting me throw on some old Mac and Muttley. But just all of these events, go hug your loved ones. Let the people in your life know that you appreciate them and stand up for one another. Thank you so much to all of you and to the people doing cool stuff out there. So, yeah. Cheers. A non ironic, non sarcastic cheers. Not brought to you by Spindrift. Spindrift didn't sponsor this one. This is just for us. So, thank you. Now, let's read some video game manuals. My lips are so chapped and dry right now. It's killing me. I'm gonna take a sip. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip, or the scurvy's gonna hit. Oh yeah, Boobly. DevBods GG is drinking Boobly, the official drink of Michael Bublé. It is an off-brand Spindrift kind of. Yeah, exactly. All these sort of like LaCroix. I mean, Spindrift's a little different, I guess, because it's like it's real fruit juice. I mean, it's proudly made the hard way with real squeezed juice since 2010. But all these things are great. We're staying hydrated, and that's really important. I'm not staying hydrated enough. We got Flashback 64 is in the house. What's up? I was just saying Flashback 64 of the Soundstone Network. Very exciting. So there we go. Let's read a video game manual. Let's start with Fatal Fury. Upon the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I might need to change this screen a little bit. We'll see how that goes. There we go. Video games, video game manuals. This is published by Takara USA Corp, 5th Avenue, 23 5th Avenue, New York, 1001. Not a real zip code as far as I'm concerned. Zip codes start with 9, as we know here in California. The game story: Southtown is ruled by 3 things: violence, money, and power. All under the control of the evil and brutal Geese Howard. Now, in 2026, nothing about that statement is surprising. But what I think we should take a moment to step back and appreciate is the name Geese Howard. I know that we just know Geese Howard at this point, but that's a heck of a name. Geese Howard is amazing. If we were reading this manual together, and all of a sudden, we didn't know much about this game. Fatal Fury never blew up. But we discovered a guy named Geese Howard. I think it would put a stop to my week. I wouldn't be able to do anything or focus for the rest of the month because I would just be thinking about Geese Howard. So there we go. We've got Geese Howard. Brothers Terry and Andy Bogard, not as exciting as Geese Howard, but good names nonetheless, have good reason to hate geese. Don't we all have good reason to hate geese? And he is responsible for the untimely death of their father, a former great martial arts expert. Their chance comes with the King of the Fighters tournament. It is the ultimate gathering of fighters from all over the world, experts in all the different techniques of the martial arts. Sponsored by Geese, who will... So I'm also on... I got a little Dayquil. I kind of woke up this morning feeling kind of crappy, so I'm on some Dayquil. And I think every time I say the word geese in this context, it does throw me off a little bit. Sponsored by Geese, who will also participate as a fighter, the brothers have teamed up with their friend Joe Higashi, a Muay Thai champ. Now it is the perfect time for Terry and Andy to seek their revenge. We got that. We got not only do we have Geese in the chat, we got Duke Donuts goosing it up in the chat. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Oh god. Oof. Holy moly. When it just sits there, whew, how'd you get so many goose emojis? Duke Donuts in the chat has a picture of Geese Howard, a goose honking, a goose walking and hiding, and a goose in front of an apple. Gesundheit, Duke Donut says, don't you mean Gesundheit? Yeah, there we go. DevPods GG has it too. Gesundheit. Yep. There we go. That's the, oh my God, Dr. Tasty. Good to see you in chat. This is amazing. Unlocked Goose Howard. We just unlocked Goose. take a sip of your favorite flavored can of Spindrift. Mine is blood orange tangerine. Just kidding, they're all my favorite. I couldn't choose. That's the Soundstone Network way. We just love all of our Spindrifts equally. There are two defensive positions, standing guard and crouching guard, but that's not what we're here for. You know what we're here for. We're here for character bios. I know they're in here. I also know that they have real birthdays. So we're going to see if we get any good birthdays today. If we get to say happy birthday, Ryu, to anybody in here. Today is 1/28/26. You're going to have to excuse me. I have to blow my nose. The Spindrift, while delicious and saving me long term from the ravages of disease, surely through the vitamin C, is not counteracting the sniffles that I've got right now. So, oh, excuse me. Delicious. We love to see it. Doesn't it look good? It's also cool because there's like a nice thing, makes the bottom half of my face look real red. It's great stuff. Okay, so we got Terry Bogard. Terry was born in Southtown. Terry was raised to emulate his father's legendary fatal fighting techniques in the martial arts. He returns after 10 years of training to defeat his late father's archenemy, Geese Howard. Is he man enough to win this fateful battle? The awesome punching power of the burn knuckle accents all the strengths in Terry's fist, driving repeatedly and relentlessly at the enemy. Terry Bogard was born on March 15th, 1971. He's 6'1", and he's 165 pounds. He's a lean boy. He's a lean boy. That's right. DevPods GG is doing my work for me. You're right. I forgot to mention it is anti-scurvy medicine. You can look that up on the Food and Drug, the FDA's website. Administration. That's what the A stands for. Not anymore. Now it stands for assholes, I'm guessing, because it seems like everybody in the government has become a gigantic asshole. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Andy Bogard, Terry's younger brother, but look at that hair. Terry's younger brother, while a fair fighter, Andy's slight stature kept him from being strong as his brother, using the skills that they were both taught. After his father's death, Andy left for Japan, where he learned the special Kappo fighting technique. He returns to Southtown for a double purpose, to avenge his father's death and to show that he can beat his big brother in a fair fight. He's got a body spin, which is pretty cool, and the dragon bullet, which I appreciate. The skills from Kappo turn his entire body into a lethal weapon. Andy Bogard was born on August 16th, 1972. He's 5'8" and 147 pounds. He's a slight boy. We got Joe Higashi, another March baby, March 12th, 1972, a straight 6 feet and 158 pounds. Joe Higashi, as a Japanese Muay Thai champ, Joe Higashi carved himself a strong reputation both in Japan and in the home of his style, Thailand. The key to his technique is the slash kick, which has tremendous power. Joe risks being expelled from the Muay Thai Association for his participation in the King of Fighters tournament. Hope it's worth it, Joe. You can do this. It says he's young, but he was born in 1972. This dude is in his 50s right now. Geese Howard. Look at Geese's face. Geese Howard is quite old in this. Geese Howard is in his 70s. He's ancient martial arts. I don't think he's that old. The sponsor. So Geese Howard, data, Geese stage, Geese building, excuse me. There's a lot of geese going on. Geese building, data, Geese Howard. Born January, we just missed it. Happy belated birthday, Ryu, to Geese Howard. Born January 21st, 1953. He's not a good guy, but, you know, listen, he's 6'1", 180 pounds, pretty good for his 70s. So congrats to Geese, the sponsor of the King of Fighters tournament, and happy belated birthday, of course. The sponsor of the King of the Fighters tournament, Geese Howard controls all that is vice and corruption in Southtown. These boomers just will never give up their power. His fighting skills encompass many styles, including the ancient martial arts learned in Japan. Combining this strength with that of the American style of martial arts, Geese's only obstacle between him and total control of Southtown was Jeff Bogard. luring Bogart into a trap. Geese disposed of his rival, and today rules Southtown with an iron hand. Will anyone be able to stop him? I mean, I sure hope so. Jesus Christ. You got Michael Max. He's a boxer. He was born in September 17th, 1966. He's from Sound Beach. He's on the Sound Stone Network, the Sound Beach Podcast Network. 5'11", 204 pounds, a professional boxer who disdains rules, Max would rather battle to the death than just punch out his opponent. He aims to win the King of the Fighters tournament using his dangerous tornado uppercut and powerful defense tactic, the step away. Great to have a boxer. I love that. Richard Meyer is born in February next month. Happy upcoming birthday. A happy birthday month, Richard. He's in the Pow Pow Cafe. He's born in 1962, 6'2", 174 pounds. Meyer is an expert in the capoeira technique that focuses, is that how you spell it? Focuses attack power through multiple kicks. He has come to the tournament to show everyone just what his fighting style can do. He also makes a living by managing a restaurant called the Pow Pow Cafe. The irregular rhythm of his style is hard to anticipate. Well, there you go. This guy looks cool. Duck King. We love Duck King. We all know someone like Duck King in those cool pants. He's in the West Subway. His name is Duck King. He was born also on February 22nd. He shares a birthday with Richard Meyer from the Pow Pow Cafe. Congratulations. You can take the West Subway to the Pow Pow Cafe on your birthday. He's 6'3" and 136 pounds. He's got a body problem. While gifted with quick moves and fighting ability, the Duck King, you got Geese Howard and the Duck King, could never outfight Terry. So he trained harder in a street dancing style that moves so fast it's difficult to block. His hitting power is considerably less than the other fighters, but he makes up for it with rapid attacks. Tung Fu Ru. He was born in April on the 14th of 1924. He's 5'5" and 101 pounds. We have our first... He's joined the Century Club. Not many fighters can say that they are part of the Century Club, but congratulations. Mysterious and seemingly harmless. I'm going to blow my nose again. He was sensei to Terry and Andy's father long ago. He is certain that Geese is responsible for his student's demise and is fighting in the tournament so as to get a chance to confront Geese. With secret techniques at his disposal, Tung Fu Ru is extremely dangerous. Only he can transform into a monstrous shape of deadly force. Okay, well, even when you're 100, you found ways to survive, I suppose. You got Huajai. Huajai, apologies if any of my pronunciations are not good. He lives in the Happy Park. He's born on June 24th. I have to think about what month the 6th is. June 24th, 1964. He's 6 foot tall, 154 pounds. Having lost the Muay Thai championship to Joe Higashi, Huajai now dreams of being acclaimed as the greatest fighter of all. His dragon kick technique is such a crazed weapon that other fighters think he is no longer sane. We got Raiden. Dream Amusement Park. He's born on March 3rd, 1964. He's 6'9". Nice. And he's 462 pounds. Once a legitimate professional wrestler, Raiden now prefers the violence of fighting without rules. The tournament is his chance to take out the constant anger by maiming other fighters. So he's disguised his true identity. As if his mighty bulk wasn't enough, he can also blow a poison fog from his mouth that is overwhelming. Dangerous stuff. And then we got Billy Kane. He's a javelin user. He's from the Southtown Village. He was born on Christmas Day, 1967. He's 6 feet tall and 169 very nice pounds. An absolute master with the javelin, Kane is called the walking weapon. Banished from Greece, he now serves as Geese Howard's right-hand man. Grease Howard. He is even more ruthless and inhuman than his master, and is also the defending champion of the King of Fighters tournament. So there you go. These guys are cool. All these faces, all these cool things that they do. Love them. Hope that they can get over their differences after a couple of good fights. But that's the manual for King of Fighters. No, it's not. Fatal Fury on the Super Nintendo. Published by our good friends over at Takara in New York City. There you go. Look at these hands. Something's going on with this hand over here. It's a little bit big, but that's okay. We won't blame them. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Joe Higashi. Rest in peace, Jeff Bogard. We'll get Geese Howard. We'll get Grease Howard for you. So that's one manual. We got another manual coming right up. I'm just going to power through these today. This is the power of Dayquil. We're going to read Death Duel for the Sega Genesis. Now, this looks pretty scary. There's a robot and a monster. You know, when those two meet up, only exciting things can happen. I don't know much about Death Duel. I do actually, before we do this, I did find some gameplay. Let's take a brief moment and watch a little Death Duel gameplay. So I can take a drink. Hold on, sound. It's a good Genesis noise. It's a long Razorsoft logo. Oh god. These are some real intense sound effects. I'm sure we'll read about this. Let's see the gameplay. Let's watch about Harbor Freight first. Congratulations to Harbor Freight. Thank you for the sponsorship, Harbor Freight. Cracks Sarkton. He's 43. Let's see what he's got going on. He doesn't look like he wants to fight. There's a lot going on in this game. Okay. Rip him a new one, it says. All right, let's see some gameplay. Oh, Jesus. Can you imagine playing this at home? Parents would be like, you gotta stop playing this. This is the worst sound I've ever heard in my life. Okay, well, that's enough Death Duel. That's enough Death Duel. I'm gonna go ahead and read the manual. Harbor Freight can't get enough of Death Duel. That's why they put their ad on the YouTube channel. I'm gonna pour a little bit more Spindrift. Okay, Death Duel. Till death duel us part. Let's read the official manual for Death Duel on the Sega Genesis from Razorsoft. Are you ready? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. 2 years in development, Death Duel is now before you and represents a new standard in video game challenge. Please take a moment to read through this entire manual because it contains valuable information that you will need to conquer the strategic tests of your gaming skills. Additionally, this manual contains information on other Razorsoft products, including those not yet available. Jerry Glanville's Pigskin Foot Brawl, a national award-winning arcade hit, will be available for the Sega Genesis in the fall of 1992 and is featured on the back cover. Don't forget to complete the customer registration card entitled Don't Miss Out, located in the back of this manual. Razorsoft periodically makes product information and game tips available only to registered Razorsoft customers. Even if you filled out the card from another Razorsoft product, please take the time to complete this one as well, because the more educated Razorsoft is about you, the better we can serve your needs. Plus, beginning in 1993, Razorsoft will draw the name of one registered customer each month, and that customer will win his or her choice of any Razorsoft title. Now, on to the duel. Sincerely, Kyle Shelley, President, 416 North Broadway, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73116. You can call Kyle at 405-843-3505 or find him on CompuServe 70711, 2470. So there we go. I forgot to put the music back on. Jerry Glanville, Pigskin Foot Brawl. Was Jerry Glanville a guy? Was that a person? I do like the way that Duke Donuts is adjusting the title in there. Jerry Pigland's Skinville Foot Brawl. I love Skinville. We always go to Skinville to watch our foot brawl games. So you got loading instructions. Darkness looms, I'll say. You got that. Darkness looms. According to the Intergalactic Council's ruling XXT73.b, Section 7, There you go. In the year 2140 AD, all intergalactic disputes must be settled by duel to the death. All duels represent the final and binding decision between the galaxy's superpowers. You, Barrett Jade, represent the Federation's greatest hope of winning the war against the Federation's enemies to regain control of the intergalactic traffic lanes throughout the universe. You operate a land-based, artificially intelligent, dynamic composition A7 Trinity Rote cyborg. I got a dynamic composition A7 Trinity Rote cyborg for Christmas this year, and I really like it. It's really good. In a recent incident, the other 9 galactic superpowers seized control of the intergalactic flight paths. The loss of control over these passages has severely damaged the Federation's commerce and food supply, and subjected the Federation's spaceways to cruel and merciless pirates, controlled by the other 9 superpowers. The Federation's future and very existence rests in this dual challenge, so they have chosen the best, you, Barrett Jade. To duel the Super Nines, merciless and ruthless warriors, you must win each duel in order to rescue the Federation from its accelerating plunge into the dark, abysmal grasp of the Super Nine. So don't mess with the Super Nine. Here's a Sega Genesis controller. You got some good stuff. You can press button A, button B, button C. You got lots of different options. How many tries, qualifying music, sound test. I do love a sound test. The Super 9, we get ages, which is exciting for this too. You got Shanox Moisail. Strong, very agile. I don't know how many victories. Victories 12, I don't know out of how many. This is a Crag. That's the race. Age 529. He's 529 years old as a Crag. Even as Crags go, we don't generalize like that. Not in 2026. Shanox is considered to be quite oversized and ruthless. Tribal elders recant stories of great battles with the Crags, and the outcome is almost always dismal for the unsuspecting foe of the great mutated lizard. However, some tell of an unnatural tendency for the Crag to lose his head in the midst of a particularly intense fight. Recant. Isn't recanting when you take something back? I don't know. Forsal Jaraba. Foreskin Jaraba, 655 years old. He's a Lairden. Fleet of Foot and Tail is the 8-legged entry on the colony of Lairden. One of these mammoth monstrosities once laid waste to an entire colony on Alpha 7. This genetic hybrid has earned great respect for its ability to outrun even the fastest laser cannon. Then we've got Krax Xarkton. Welcome, Krax Xarkton. He's got 21 victories. He's a Xerian ogre. Not known for aggressive fighting tactics, this clever warrior claims most of his victories at the advantage of his highly sophisticated armored casing. Beware, his hide-and-seek strategy has served him well for many years, and yes, he's packing high-caliber hardware under that shell. Yeah. Congrats to you, Krax. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go with that. I think it speaks for itself. He's packing high caliber hardware under that shell. Yum. Great. Darius Morb. It's Morbin time. He's 42 and he's a Ceruleum cyborg. He's got 89 victories under his belt. The other guy might have some powerful hardware under his belt, but Darius has 89 victories under his. What matter of being so cowardly in nature could produce... Why is it written like that? What matter of being so cowardly in nature could produce a cyborg capable of such mass destruction? It's funny how time can change even the meaning of honor. A closer look at this towering machine reveals that this is only a maintenance Borg, yet cleverly equipped with reinforced battle armor and twin roto-bore proton rockets. Darius is definitely a foe to be handled with care. We've also got Borb. Borb Ubistapsia. Welcome, Borb. Borb is 698 years old and is from the race called the Slate. The strange and diabolical laughter emitted by this slate warrior invokes stark terror in even the greatest challenger. The slate are the most feared of the flesh-based renegades, perhaps so justified by their ability to regenerate living tissue almost as fast as it's damaged. Borb, aged almost 700 Earth years, has claimed 121 lives in training for victory at the dueling grounds. Welcome, Borb. Welcome, Borb, to the game. We got Carl. We had Borb, now we got Carl. Carl Borgus. He's only 16 years old, and he's an Antillian cyborg. Unlike any other cyborg, this behemoth is equipped with a greater technical sophistication than is comprehensible to the human mind. Although his appearance is not one of speed and agility, it may only be a ploy to lull an unsuspecting adversary into a false sense of contentment. And Kuros Tizrak is 38 and is an Ovinian ogre. He's 38, he spends a lot of time on Blue Sky. Hideous screams of agony grab at the gut of her opponents. Obviously a failed attempt to genetically alter a being for superior performance on the dueling grounds, never has there been a more hideous mutation of an ogre. While compassion for this creature's pain is almost unavoidable, it must be contained, or it could be the cause of your downfall. This is also how I describe John Fetterman across all of these. This is Kuros and Senator Fetterman. Yorgix Somtix is a Selenian ogre who's 21 years old. Happy birthday. Diesel engines spring to life in what is believed to be the last of the pre-Federation ogre hybrids. Where arms once were, now reside grotesque stumps fused with the largest proton detonators known to still be in operation. Should an attack be launched at an opponent or flesh or machine? Time will tell. I didn't read that well. Should an attack be launched at an opponent of flesh or machine? Time will tell. They give you a lot of information about all these guys. There's a lot here. We got Simus Julius, who's a 48-year-old Tresian cyborg. I'm getting a phone call from 408 area code. I'm getting lots of spam calls from that phone number lately. The fiends who designed this messenger of death should perhaps be more fearful than the monster itself. For whatever the mind is capable of creating, this dealer of such unjustified death and destruction is truly a threat to all civilization. As your final duel begins, beware of the ominous subtonal vibrations emitting from this beast, for they are your only warning that his cloaking device will soon render him invisible to your keen eye. You must anticipate the opponent's every move, because to merely expect the unexpected won't be enough to save your skin. It's a classic Simus Julius move. He's got 99 victories, so he's the final boss, but he doesn't have as many victories as, I think, was it Borb? Who had the most victories? Yorgik had 76, Kuros had 76, Carl only had 38, but he's only 18, so he's only 16, so it's young. Borb had 121 victories. So Borb is the winner as far as I'm concerned. Congratulations to Borb. You win this week's Seal of Quality for Borb. Borb's vibrating flesh machine. That's what this says. Are you qualified? Don't think so. This just tells you how to make sure that you can play. Dr. Thrag's Weapons Shop. You can pick up a lot of stuff at Dr. Thrag's Weapons Shop. We saw a little Dr. Thrag earlier. Weapons, you got machine guns, you got missiles, you got laser guns, you got lob cannons. Not only does this little beauty cause significant destruction to opponents sporting little or no armor, but it's also very effective at slowing down all of the Super 9. I love that. So there you go. You got the Skimmer. True to form, the arms dealer has found a way to sell even trash as a weapon. I do like, just to slow down for a second, this is the kind of manual that I love where they don't have to tell us all this extra stuff. They don't have to give us all this extra flavor around an arms dealer selling trash. They're just having fun, and they leaned into it. This is very cool. Lots of bang for your buck at 4,000 filet for 20 rounds. That is a great deal, by the way. That's a great deal. I think I saw Wario64 advertising that recently on Blue Sky, so pick it up if you can. Only 4,000 filet. You got a grenade. The high flying trajectory of these little limb busters causes them to be very difficult for your opponent to avoid, assuming, of course, you've learned to throw them correctly. You got an energy ring, a fine choice of weaponry for when your mechanical foe is quick on his feet. Slow-mo cloud, a semi-transparent vapor laced with Terrellium power. You got a lob mine. Now we're talking big money weaponry. And they're right. This is 10,000 phalli each. Definitely for the warrior who can aim to maim. If you're buying, limbs are flying. And you got the Homan rocket. Commonly known as the final solution, this dealer of death is not only capable of scattering your opponent's senses, but his body parts as well. A definite crowd pleaser, the Holman rocket sells for a mere 15,000 philae each and tends to leave behind quite a mess. Well, sometimes the manuals are just what they are. Weapon prices and quantities. Here's a bunch of information. You also can get the Death Duel official strategy guide. Hello, Andrew Elmore. This is a flavor manual. That's true. You've missed, Andrew Elmore, you've missed a character named Borb. So, Wizard Blurted. We haven't heard Wizard Blurted in a while, but here you go. You missed Borb Ubistapsia, who has won the most battles in Death Duel. Borb Ubistapsia. You can also see this gives you a little guide, which is pretty cool. But then not only that, we get to learn about some other Razorsoft titles, too. You got Technocop, a cop, detective, and a mad warrior strapped into your VMAX twin turbo interceptor. Race to 11, condemn tenement buildings at speeds over 200 miles an hour to search out your prey. The gang leaders of DOA. I don't think that guy's got good politics. We just learned a little bit about Death Duel. Slaughter Sport. Welcome, challenger. Welcome to the Gorific Blood Pit. For your carnal pleasure, the fight will be to the death. As if you expected any less from the horrific brutality known as Slaughter Sport. Yeah, I mean, it's called Slaughter Sport. And then we got Stormlord. You are the Stormlord of the Enchanted Realm. While you have traveled far from the realm to battle Sleg the Hun and take his head, you have been summoned by the magical Princess Fairies to return at once to the Enchanted Realm. Bad, the rotting crone, has captured the Princess Fairies, who guard the Enchanted Realm, watching over and protecting all of its creatures. With the Princess Fairies enslaved, the rotting crone is sucking the life force from the realm. Oof. Stormlord sounds like it's got a lot going on in it. So there we go. The whole realm is enchanted, Andrew. I don't know how this does, but yes, Stormlord. You just got to get to Stormlord before the rotting crone sucks out the entire life force from the realm. And then the Enchanted Realm enters the refractory period, and it kind of reboots. So it's a roguelike. Here you go. You can enter all these on the side. I have to turn to the side. What number of games you purchased in the last 6 months? Let's go with over 10. This game was for yourself, received as a Christmas present. That's exciting. Lots of different things that you can do. What do you have? You have an Amiga, an IBM, Macintosh, Nintendo 8-bit, 16-bit, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx, Game Boy Lynx, Sega Game Gear. How would you rate this product? I think we can rate it very good. We can rate it very good. Okay, there we go. It's Footbrawl, Arcade Sports Simulation Game of the Year. Jerry... What did it say? Jerry Glandville. Jerry Glanville's Pigskin Football Brawl. Pigskin Football. Head coach. Jerry Glanville was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. So there you go. Congrats. Please tell the people at Razorsoft how much you appreciate them and their work. And we got one more manual. My throat is starting to give out, so let's see how this goes. The Amazing Spider-Man. We love him, don't we, folks? You ever hear of the guy? I was playing the newish Spider-Man. I've been trying to get into some games after my dad passed, and then maybe with everything going on in the world, I haven't had the same ability to get into games for like a month, maybe. I've been bouncing off of them, and I've been thinking maybe one thing that I should do to get back into them, kind of here a little bit, is just play something easy to play. That's kind of like washes over you, whatever. So I got the Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5. It's really pretty. It's not really sticking for me. It's not a compliment. It's not a comment about the game quality or anything like that. But right away at the beginning, Spider-Man's like tech friend gives him a drone that then can like connect to people's apps. And Spider-Man's like, I don't know if we should be hacking people's phones. He's like, oh no, it's okay. It's opt-in. And it's just people like opting into the surveillance technology. And I'm just like, come on, man. Anyway, it makes me think that maybe Spider-Man's a bad guy. And so maybe Green Goblin was right. I don't know. I don't actually know. I don't actually know a lot about Spider-Man. So if Green Goblin is like a secret Nazi or something, I'm not saying that. I just don't think Spider-Man's good because he's a part of the surveillance state now. I'm gonna have some coffee. Coffee. Spindrift. Yum. Mmm. Double fisting. Hold on. I'm gonna just finish this one. Mm. Mm-hmm. Is this mukbang? Is that the genre where people eat food at you and then you can hear them like eating? Is that what that is? I don't know. I don't know what people do on the internet. I'm just guessing. I just read video game manuals, so I don't know. Anyway, let's see what people are saying in the chat for a second. I'm gonna take a sip. Magneto was right. Yes, Spider Cop. Hey, what's up, Catface Faces? Creative director. Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. Yes, that was about Spider-Man 2, DevPods GG. I need to keep playing it. It's a gorgeous game. I just haven't been able to stick with it. But again, I think like that's kind of almost everything. Like every game that I've picked up in the past month. So I'm hoping as things get back to normal for me, at least on a personal like life side of things, the world is not normal, that I'll be able to sort of lean into games and really sit with them for a little bit. And maybe I'll jump back into Spider-Man and convince Spider-Man not to use the cell phone network to spy on all of New York City. So maybe it is, maybe, I don't know. Here we go. Let's read about Spider-Man. I'm genuinely concerned that if I start asking more questions about mukbang, I'm going to learn things I don't want to learn. Spider-Man, the official seal is your assurance that Nintendo has approved the quality of this product. So is this seal. I think it's great. Let's read about Game Boy games. This is a high-precision game with complex electronic circuitry. Let's zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to make this work a little bit better. We're being a little casual today, but that's all right. It's Casual Wednesdays, the famous saying. This is going to be a bad day. We always say that. Just put this up on your wall. What would you do if your wife had been What would you do if your wife had been kidnapped by a group of evil crazies? Call Spider-Man? Sure you would. But what would Spider-Man do if it happened to him? I mean, presumably just take care of it himself. Here's your chance to find out as you guide your favorite web slinger through some dangerous New York neighborhoods as he goes up against the worst criminal lowlifes the Big Apple can dish out. If that's not enough, at the end of each area is an evil mutant who makes the other criminals seem like they just got out of nursery school. So if you feel ready to take on some pretty nasty baddies, they just like scour Instagram and find all the top baddies on Instagram and put them in the Spider-Man game. Then make sure you keep on your toes with an eye. That's a term, right? People say baddies. Then make sure you keep on your toes and an eye on your web fluid. There we go. And keep an eye on that web fluid when you're surrounded by baddies, because the going's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. Just press start during the title screen. No problem, just press start. There'll be a short conversation between Spidey and his first opponent to bring you up to date. After you clear each level, Spidey will talk to each of the evil mutants that he must face next. You can skip these if you want to by pressing start, but why would you? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Does the select button do anything? It does not. While swinging, vertical scrolling, I can't seem to, there we go. Now we get to read about all the levels, which I think is exciting. Yeah, Andrew Cuomo on the Game Boy. I don't think that I wouldn't do that to my Game Boy screen. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Just a stroll down an alley, Spidey starts off his quest to save Mary Jane in a seedy alleyway in one of New York's worst neighborhoods. You gotta help him battle his way past hordes of muggers and other lowlifes to try and get into the end, to get to the end to face Mysterio. You can jump, punch, or use your web spinners to either shoot or swing through the air. Use your webs carefully. You only have a limited amount of web fluid and you may run out just when you need it the most. Every time they hit or shoot you, you will flash and lose energy. Once your energy level gets too low, your energy meter will flash and a tone will sound to warn you to really watch out. You only get 3 lives, but can then choose to continue from where you left off. The continues aren't unlimited, though, so you've got to be pretty careful if you want to make it all the way through. Some of the street thugs are still carrying stuff that they've ripped off from people. Is this right? 7, 8, okay. They'll drop the stuff if you defeat them so Spiderman can steal them, and you'll get a bonus if you pick it up. But don't wait too long before collecting it. It'll disappear very quickly and may not show up again for a while. Also, if you see a hamburger sitting on a windowsill or wherever, pick it up. If you see a hamburger sitting on a windowsill or wherever, pick it up. It'll help restore the energy you've lost fighting all those bad guys. Oh my god. Mysterio is waiting... A windowsill or wherever. Mysterio is waiting at the end of the alley. He sends up a cloud of poisonous gas. He's been eating too many hamburgers too, that you've got to avoid at all costs. It'll be tricky to defeat him. He'll only stay visible for a second, so timing your attacks is critical. And like the other mutants you'll face, your web doesn't have much of an effect on him. Going up, here's the Green Goblin on his cell phone. He's looking at Blue Sky. That's a picture of me looking at your posts on Blue Sky. Yeah, I don't know why it's not a pizza. It's funny that it's a burger. I guess they're like, what do Americans eat? And in fairness, Americans be eating burgers. Hobgoblin is the next evil mutant you've got to face, and you'll have to scale one of New York's famous skyscrapers to find him. We won't say which one. You've got to be wary and trust all your mutant powers because there are people on the roof dropping stuff on you. Whenever you see that your Spidey sense is activated, quickly move to the side. But watch out. There are some bad folks inside the windows with baseball bats that would love to take a swing at you. If you're good enough, you can give them a kick and get some extra points. You can try leaping up the side of the building, but it is a tricky maneuver and requires just the right combination of the B button and the up arrow to land back on the building and not fall. Make sure you pick up any hamburgers you see laying around for some extra energy. Don't forget those hamburgers. Find them on a windowsill or wherever. Here we go. Ooh. I thought that was Green Goblin. Is Hobgoblin different than Green Goblin? I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I don't know about mukbang. I don't know if I'm using the term baddies the right way. I don't know the difference between the Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin. If you make it all the way to the top, you'll see a window marked in that you must jump into. From there, you'll end up on the roof where you must leap from rooftop to rooftop. There will be a whole new assortment of dangerous crooks who will be trying their hardest to stop you. After making your way past them, you've got to face Hobgoblin, who'll strafe you from his flying goblin glider. He's got a supply of exploding jack-o'-lanterns, which he'll lob at you as he flies overhead. All aboard! Hobgoblin sounds orange. Knobgoblin. Andrew, you can't say that on the stream. You can't say Knobgoblin on the stream. We can't say Knobgoblin. We wouldn't say Knobgoblin here. Not here. Not on the show. We wouldn't say Knobgoblin. Not on a show sponsored by Spindrift on the Soundstone Network. We wouldn't say Knobgoblin. All aboard. No battle through New York would be complete without a ride on the subway. Only most people tend to ride inside. That's clever. I like that. Not our hero. Not this dumbass who's trying to get past the Scorpion's henchmen by running along the top of a moving subway train. Unfortunately, they know where he is, and they take shots at him by crawling out of the windows and climbing up to the roof. And that's not all. Spidey's got to avoid zillions of mutant bats whose slightest touch can be deadly. Plus, the inside of the subway tunnel has plenty of obstructions that you've got to avoid. Because if you don't, they'll push you right off the end of the train! 3 exclamation points. And don't try to swing from your web here, because the ceiling's too low, and there's too much stuff in the way. Excuse me. Finally, at the end of the tunnel is the Scorpion himself. Watch out for this long, dangerous tail. Yeah. Watch out for his long, dangerous tail, or you'll never see precious Mary Jane again. Be careful. Yeah, you don't want Knob Goblin, his long, precious tail. Automod, uh-oh. Yeah, you can. Okay, I'm allowing Andrew Elmore to say something. Special privileges. Yeah, special privileges. Just a walk through the park. Most people enjoy a stroll through Central Park when they're not being mugged, of course. Was this written by Andrew Cuomo? This feels like a right-wing fever dream. I don't like it. When they're not being mugged, of course. Ha ha ha. Cities are so violent, so scary. And our favorite web slinger is no exception. Cities are great. Let's be very clear. Let me just take a moment to say cities are great. The culture is great. The food is great. All the different kinds of people you get are great. They're like I think that the people who are too scared of cities, these like right-wing guys who are too scared of cities, they're always like, oh, the city's so scary and dangerous. They're babies. They're babies. So that's my Spindrift commentary of the week. I hit that too. I put that down too hard. But today is different. Not only does he have to watch out, with that hyphen there for some reason, for the normal hazards that people face in Central Park every day, like swarms of attacking pigeons and trees that drop exploding horse chestnuts. That's right. He's also got to get past Rhino's army of evil thugs. Like, I will say, I think that the risk of crime is overstated in the media, but it is very true that you are in danger of getting attacked by swarms of attacking pigeons and trees that drop exploding horse chestnuts. That's normal. Like, it's important to be on the lookout for that. If you manage to get old Spidey to the very end of the park, old Spidey, you'll find yourself face to face with Rhino himself. He's quick and strong, although not very bright, so keep your eyes peeled for when he charges. Oh yes, one more thing. Your web has no effect on Rhino at all. His skin is too thick. Hope that's not a problem for you. I love this manual. This is great. Up, up, and away. Oh my god, hold on. The way that I'm moving this around, there we go. The way that I'm moving it around with my mouse is getting in the way. Okay, so one thing that New York has lots of is tall buildings. So where would be more appropriate for Dr. Octopus to hang out than at the top of another skyscraper? Maybe a lab? I don't know. That's just my thought. I've seen Spider-Man 2. This one's harder to climb than Hobgoblin's was because Doc Ock's troops are shooting at you with machine guns. It's a fair point. When you get to the top, you've got to climb in through the window and make your way from building to building. But watch out. The buildings are much further apart in this part of town, and some of the ledges give way under Spidey's weight. In the end, you'll have to face the Doctor himself, with all of his arms attacking. And then finally, better get the anti-venom. Are you ready? Once you've gone as high as you can go, the only other place you can go down is down into the sewers. And yes, those rumors are true. There are crocodiles down in there. Not only that, but there are the usual vicious creeps to fight in an environment that not too many people would find very pleasant. Try to stay on top of the ledges because it's much harder to slog through the stuff at the bottom. You probably don't even want to guess what that stuff is. I think it's poo and pee. And watch out for more of that same stuff as it shoots out of the pipes in the wall. Jesus. Finally, at the end is Venom, who is as deadly as his name. Although your web does little against him, his special web will wreak havoc on you. If you are successful in all levels, you will have finally rescued your beloved Mary Jane. At least until the next time you pick up your Game Boy. Ba-ba-ba! Woo! Don't ever turn off your Game Boy or Mary Jane will be lost again. And she'll remember it. LJN Toys, limited warranty. Warranty to the original purchaser of this interactive product. That the medium in which the computer program is recorded is free from defect materials and workmanship for a period of 90 days from the date of purchase. This interactive software program is sold as is without express written or implied warranty of any kind. LJN is not liable. I can't do it. There you go. 50% off Marvel Comics subscriptions. 9 issues, only $4.50. You can get the Uncanny X-Men, available Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, or the Punisher. I prefer the available Spider-Man. And for some reason, I can't seem to click on the screen. There we go. Have your favorite Marvel comics sent directly to your home. Spider-Man's lats are pretty good. There we go. Okay. Those were the manuals for today. Check this website out. It's called the Soundstone website, soundstone.network. Again, very proud to be a part of the Soundstone Network. Great podcasts, great people, great conversations. Great time to add them to your podcast library, is what I would say. They are really wonderful. Everybody's amazing here. I say this, I joke a lot on the show, but everybody at the Soundstone Network is just amazing. The shows are all fantastic. Pixels and Polygons, Flashback 64, Kirby Conversations, fun shows with fun people, and I'm super grateful to be involved in any capacity. So go check out them shows, listen to them shows, and thanks for hanging out with me, enjoying some Spindrift together. some boobly, I believe, that DevPods GG was drinking. And Darren Hupke, I'm going to go. We're going to go. Thanks for Hobgoblin together today. I didn't say that. We'll fix that in post. Have a great one, y'all. And didn't say y'all either. I won't say y'all. Say it. Darren Hupke said, it's great to add Nick McConnell to the lineup. There we go. I said it. All right. Perfect. Have a great one, everybody. Enjoy. Bye-bye, everybody. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for hanging out. Road Blaster time. Bye.